But we're going to do the Cinderella Tournament Finals preview here now. Big time tournament. If you're listening on YouTube, of course, you'll see the graphics along the way, and so on and so forth. But it's an interesting match card. I've been talking about this with some people, and truthfully, the difference is that we are seeing a lot happen all at once for Stardom. They have a Korakuen, then this show in at the Yoyogi National Gymnasium, and then the next show, of course, is the Yokohama Arena show. So they're trying to fit in a lot in very little time. And when I say a lot in very little time, doing the Korakuen, if you were to add Mahime and ALK as well as the high speed title match to the pay-per-view card on Saturday, I think a lot of people would look at it and be a lot more fond of the show. But I'm excited. Listen, I'm a very simple person to excite. And to me, they have made this tournament a very interesting one. Do I think that there were other choices to win the Cinderella tournament here in the year 2023? Sure. But it's all about making a star, right? It's all about making a star. And we could be going back to back. We could have someone that, we have the ultimate Cinderella stories here in the first round to the semifinals that carry so much history with one another. It's going to be a great show, I think. So we're going to get to it here now. And that starts, of course, with Mai Sakurai and Waka Tsukiyama. There is this phenomenal video over on the English Stardom account, we_r_stardom, that you need to go watch. You need to go watch for this match because to me, it perfectly lays out why this match is so meaningful and gives, I think, more purpose to why you should be excited to watch this match. As we've seen recently, Mai Sakurai, she's putting it together in a lot of ways. She has this new heelish character to her, but in ring, she's hitting hard and she's kind of delivering every time she goes out there. And then there's Waka, right? Waka has been fantastic this year. Truly one of the best women's wrestlers in the world this year. And that's not me sugarcoating it. It's just the truth. She has been excellent. And we've gotten to the point now where I think a lot of people want to see Waka win this tournament. I don't know if that's going to happen. Now, would there be stories, say if Mina Shirakawa were to win the World of Stardom Championship and go against Waka Tsukiyama? Absolutely. There's more story there than almost any other match for Mina the rest of the way. But do I see that happening? I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily see that happening or not. And it's not a bad thing to not have a definitive answer as I head into this match. For on one side we got Mai Sakurai, who obviously stepped above Waka Tsukiyama pretty quickly during their time in Cosmic Angels. It was Waka that she pinned first to get her first win, and then she moved on to DDM and has had a lot more success. Meanwhile, Waka just got her first win. She was on the brink of getting kicked out of Cosmic Angels and leaving Stardom. Two very different stories, but two that have come together multiple times to really make this such an exciting show and such an exciting matchup. If I was a betting man, I'd still pick Mai Sakurai here. But there's something oh so perfect about Waka winning, getting that win over Mai Sakurai finally, and moving to the finals. It's almost like if Waka gets to the final, I don't know how you beat her because she's the ultimate babyface in this. And truth be told, you have two ultimate baby faces, I think, in Mirai and Waka Tsukiyama in this. Ami Saray's, just she doesn't have like too much character necessarily. She's not getting loud cheers or anything. And then you have Mai Sakurai, who is playing up this heelish character. So it'll be interesting to see what direction they go. I'm gonna go with my Sakurai, but in my heart, I very much would love to see Waka Tsukiyama win. And we move over to the other final. Of course, it is Ami Sourei and Mirai going head to head. God's Eye colliding. Uh, this should be really good. I mean, if you're looking for, I think both semifinal matches, truthfully, can be really good. Like, I don't know when we got to a point where anyone thought they wouldn't be, truthfully, because like to me, they're both so great. Like there's enough story in each match to make them really good. And you have Ami Sarai here, obviously, future Stardom champion, someone who has been just fantastic since um pretty much the start of the year. Like I was hard on Ami Sarai, and I think as we talked about earlier with Xavi, there's still a lot of ways to go with her. But when I say fantastic, I mean like she has started to really put things together in ring wise that I wasn't seeing at the end of last year. There's still a need for character, there's still a need for more personality and kind of finding who she is in God's eye, right? Shuri, obviously. Mariah has become one of the top up and coming stars in Joshi in women's wrestling, in professional wrestling, and she's pretty much ready for that next big world title step, essentially. We have Konami, who's Konami, Tomoki Inaba, who's just one of the best prospects out there, and Nanami, who at New Blood I thought looked better than Ami Sarai. So I think Ami Sarai again has had good in ring appearances. She's getting better at the Haas stuff. She's been fantastic in terms of growth, but there's still a lot of ways to go, and that's why I would not have her win this match. I think Mirai teasing a back-to-back at the very least is worth it, whether she's going against Mai Sakurai or Waka Tsukiyama. If she's going against Mai Sakurai and loses, then we continue the story that I firmly believe is happening with Mirai, is that she gets so close and then comes up short in the end. I think Mirai should be going to the finals here. Either way, you can tell that story because she got to the semifinals again, but I would emphasize getting her to the final here, and I'd have a Mirai versus Mai Sakurai final. The rest of the card, as shown here, if you're watching again on YouTube, if you're not, or you're listening here on the Patreon, we're gonna go through it real quick. We have Hanako versus Aya Sakura in singles action, as we've seen. They go to 5 minutes and call it a day. I think Hanako's looking a lot better so far than Aya Sakura. We have trios action: Hazuki, Koguma, Momokogo versus the Club Venus trio of Mariah May, Xena, and Jessie. I'm assuming Club Venus wins that one. Momokogo doesn't win all that much lately. We have Mayu Utani, Saida Hanan against the 7-Up trio of Yuna Mizumori, Nai Takahashi, and Yu. Definitely picking the tag champs to walk out of there. Both Hanan and Saida don't have anything essential at the Yokohama Arena show, unlike the 9U and Mayu, of course. But I think they'll favor the 7-Up team, as this is the final stop. I must remind everyone, this is the final stop ahead of the Yokohama Arena show. So this is a lot of preview for that as well. We got a big time 12-woman tag. I don't know the last time I saw a 12-person tag in Stardom, if ever. But we have the Queen's Quest entire faction of Utami Hayashishita, Saya Kamatani, Azumi, Miyu Amasaki, Lady C, and Hina going against Oedo Ties, Natsuko Tora, Starlight Kid, Momo Watanabe, Saki Kashima, Ruaka, and Rina. I think this is elimination, if I'm not mistaken. Which no, the elimination's on the Friday show. Never mind. So I think this is regular. I'm gonna go with the Oedo tie here. They seem to always win the big stable matches. They just work better than every other stable when it comes to these big old matches. So I definitely will pick them, though you would think Saya it'll depend on Saki and Azumi as well. I think that will have some leeway. But ever in terms of this match, only Saya Kamatani has a major spot on the show next week. Everyone else has, pretty relative match, pretty whatever matches. But yeah, I'll go with the Oedo tie here. We move over to Shuri versus Konami in what I believe will be a UWF match. The official website says it doesn't. The English account tweeted that it will be. Either way, I'm excited to see Shuri and Konami go head to head. Konami's second singles match since she retired in 2021. Of course, her first comes on at the Corkin against Waka Tsukiyama on Friday. But seeing Konami back in any form has been just fantastic. She is working a lot lately, and if she wasn't facing Shuri, I would have thought she was maybe getting built up for that Giulia challenge that I expected somewhere down the line, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So obviously I'm gonna go with Shuri here with her match with Chihiro Hashimoto coming up. Konami's not on that card, but it should be really good. I liked their UWF match last time around, and they have great chemistry. And Konami's probably doing better now than she was when they had that last one, right? She got sick and she kind of just came back, did that match, and then she ended up going away. So this should be a lot better. And I expect it to get plenty of time, seeing that this card is an interest. It's not like a super packed card, unlike the Yokohama Arena show. And what I think will be the main event, because we have the Cinderella finals, but the Cinderella final will usually happens before a match because you have to go get the dress on and do all that. So we'll have a best 2 out of 3 falls match between the Cosmic Angels and DDM. If it's Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, Mina Shirakawa, Saki versus Giulia, Hameka, Micah, and Tekla. This will be the last time Hameka ever teams with all of DDM or any of DDM. Of course, her last match will come at Yokohama Arena. Well, her official last Stardom match will come at Yokohama Arena. So I I've said this throughout the episode as you've listened. I still think there's something to do here between Giulia and Tam that we haven't had added on to that Yokohama Arena main event. I think we're still missing something. That's just me. I think we've been missing something for a while now, and truthfully, I expect it to be added here. When you do 2 out of 3 falls, that automatically changes a lot of things, right? But I just feel like we could be leading to that faction versus faction type thing. If Julia or Tam wins, the other faction disbands, like something like that. And like I said, it fits because, of course, Omega's leaving. DDM's minimal. Club Venus is pretty much on the brink of leaving themselves. So it's an interesting stipulation to add if they want to. But this match should be great. You have a lot of talent in there. Julia and Tam are just absolutely outstanding right now anytime they go head to head. So yeah, that should be great. Definitely worth checking out that. And then of course we'll have the final. Mai Sakurai or Mirai, Wakatsuki Yamami Sarai. I'm just gonna give my pick. Who do I think wins? And I'm gonna give some reasoning here. So I have battled back and forth. Who is going to win this tournament? Do you make someone new like Mai Sakurai or Wakatsuki Yama? Do you go back to Mirai? Do you go with someone kind of out of left field with Ami Sarai? And to me, Mirai makes a lot of sense if she's going to win the Wonder or World title with this victory, which is possible. And that's why I've been back and forth because I do think her and Mai Sakurai are the two favorites per se, in terms of like who's most likely to win. If Mirai is to win this tournament, she is going to be winning whatever title she goes on to challenge for. I think that has to happen. If Mai Sakurai wins, it's just another added story to what will likely be Mina Shirakawa's run with the title. So I'm not confident with whoever I pick. That being said, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the winner of Mai Sakurai and Wakatsuki Yama as the winner. My hope is Mirai wins and goes on to win a title because I've been long overdue. But and I'm expecting Mirai or Sakurai to probably or Waka whoever to challenge at Flashing Champions, which I believe is in June rather than May. So that would probably give enough time, even if Mina is the champion, for maybe a Mirai to win or Giulia if she was to change it up. Um, but I still think they're on a determination here with my Sakurai to get her to the another level that we didn't expect. But I'm in my heart tells me Mirai, my brain tells me my Sakurai. So take that for what you will. But that is the Cinderella tournament final preview. Should be a really fun show on Saturday.